I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Ooh. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Big E is here. Timko is here. Poos is back. Yeah, the Poos. The Poos is here.
What's a poo?
Look at the Poos. That's a Poos. Welcome to the show, everybody. How you doing, pal?
Quite well today, Mike. You?
Yeah? Quite well as well. How's E? Did you get any yesterday, buddy?
I got a little nap today, man. I feel good.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
nap, huh? Pretty nice.
Yeah. You know, just to take the edge off, like 10
Naps
minutes.
are amazing.
God, I
That's
love
it.
naps.
10 minutes.
That's all you need.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well,
See, I do like 4-hour
Yeah,
naps.
I know.
I usually do 2. Well, I plan for 2.
2 hours?
Yeah.
You seriously do a 2-hour nap?
Not every. No, when I do them, I do.
No, 10, 15
You know what-
minutes can do the same thing. In fact, 2 hours
I know.
probably knocks you out.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
They,
You
what
never
I
recover
find.
from it.
they say
Yeah.
that. They say that you're right. I think it's supposed to be like 10 minutes is okay. I think you're even okay if it's even like 45 minutes, but you're right. I think once it gets to an hour, it's actually worse for you.
Just takes the edge off.
Here's
It's
what
nuts.
when I do them, Jay, honestly, a lot of times what I do is I always wake up so early. Sometimes I'll wake up and it'll be like 5 in the morning and I'll be like, I know I'm not tired, but it's hard to explain. So then I'll eat food and then sleep again until like 8. So I don't know if that's a nap or not, but
No, it's just going back to bed.
well, never mind. Then I do that every day.
Well, as I mentioned, it is a Tuesday. Dare I say a big show today? We'll get to Jit Going Ham, Cemetery Redevelopment, Bobby Brown, and Christina. More Christina than Bob. Well, sort of Bobby. Bigfoot, conjoined
Bobby.
twins. Bobby. The Road Rage Murder.
I love that show.
What?
King of the
Bobby?
Hill.
Do you?
Oh,
Bobby?
fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's Mike Judge.
I pretty much like
Mike
everything
Judge.
he's done, I think. I don't think there's something he's done I don't like.
If you want to call the show, we haven't mentioned the number in a while. You can call us 844-385-3223, 844-FUKFASE, just to put that out there. The Oscars, when we were doing the show yesterday, we hadn't really seen the Oscars outside of just the opening of it. Maybe a few things, but boy, that thing went till, I don't know, 4 in the morning.
Ha!
What a great show.
Yeah.
I
Dynamite show.
look forward to it every year.
Yeah.
It's
Those
awful.
they're just so brutal. They're so brutal. I couldn't believe it. Like, you guys left here at, I don't know, midnight, 12:30, and they were wrapping up the Best Picture award.
Well, that's the last one, isn't it?
Yeah. But still,
Best
I mean, it
Picture.
started at like 8:00.
Right. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And now they're all over.
It's like the Super Bowl, though, Mike. It's huge. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right.
Entertainment industry. What's better than that?
Yeah, most things are better than that. But of course, today it's wake up and bash everything. Neil Patrick Harris is taking a beating.
Really?
He's the problem with the Oscars. Yeah, it's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
it just seems like right now everyone can't love him enough.
Well, the articles that I've read, nerves must have gotten the best of Neil Patrick Harris as he failed to nail his gig at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. Really? He did. They talk about how dejected he looked because he did live with Kelly and Michael. Kelly Ripa and Strahan were live from the Dolby Theater for their show this morning, which they did last year, and they're on the red carpet and all that shit. And their big get was having Neil Patrick Harris come out, and so they're making a big deal. There's a picture of him leaving the taping.
He's tired. He's been working hard on this thing.
And they're like, you could just tell by the look on his face. He looked like, dejected as he left. And it's like, yeah, he's been up since probably 3 days earlier, preparing for this gig. Went all night partying and then went directly to Kelly and Michael. And then this is him finally, after it's all done, getting in his car to go home. And it's like, really, you're going to take that opportunity? You know what I would look like if I was up for 36 hours doing something like that? You'd look like a mess.
Well, and as you always have said too, like you can, I mean, even this picture, like you can take 1,000 pictures and get one where his eyes are closed, one where, you know.
Yeah, they're still shots. They're totally still shots. So what you could get him in.
It could have been a split second later and his eyes might have been open and then he doesn't look as bad. Or,
yeah.
My thing about the Oscar hosts is, you know, all this shit's written for him. 90% of it, right? So when they say, "Oh, he failed, he did this and that,"
and who cares anyway? He is just the host. Like, isn't the point that you're celebrating these arts or whatever?
Yeah, but it's such a huge part of it because that's not really all that fun. There's so much filler, obviously, that needs to go into it.
And I would say you blame the host if he's trying to do his opening number and he can't hit the notes.
Right.
Like then you go, wow, he failed. Oh, the nerves got the best of him. He couldn't.
Shit's all written for him.
Yeah. And they're writing and rewriting and that's how that goes. And he's not a stand-up comic. But they said he wore the expression of a defeated champ. Strahan praised his role on the Oscars, but the compliments still didn't cheer him up.
He's tired.
Really? Perhaps the Star just read a Monday report where it was revealed that the awards telecast had its lowest ratings in 7 years. So
why would that have anything? Did people really start watching and then just say, "This, wow, Neil Patrick Harris is
aren't
blowing."
People going to watch the Oscars?
Yes,
if they're into the Oscars.
There's a billion people watching. Like, I don't know.
So for some reason, people aren't into the Oscars this year. That's the cause for the low attendance. Not that it's Neil Patrick Harris. It's maybe the pool of movies that came out this year, they're just not as interested or something.
That's probably way more likely.
Do you think Neil Patrick, I'm serious. I just don't think he cares that much. I'm not saying that he didn't want to do a good job, but I just do not think he's sitting there going, "Oh, the reviews."
I think these guys care. This is an enormous piece of their resume.
I think he's done so much. I mean, he
just hosted the Oscars. You look at the names of the last 15 years, you know, dude, that's an exclusive
and they
group.
pin that on them a lot. They hold them accountable for that. Seth MacFarlane won't host again just because they felt it wasn't up to Oscar standards.
I can't believe you did it at all.
I know.
I really can't believe that.
But isn't that part of the game, though, is just kind of looking back and going, "Oh, this, you know, he didn't do well," or it's just all talk. This whole thing is just talk.
Yeah.
And the buzz it creates.
Yep.
And so it's just part of the tradition is to bash or laud whoever, you know, hosted. So
the criticism of Harris's performance was widespread and brutal. According to Us Weekly, they went so far as to list his top misfires.
Oh,
yeah. The American Sniper joke.
Again, jokes written for him. You think he wrote that joke?
Maybe he did. Maybe he. I would say if Ellen DeGeneres was hosting, there's a good chance she wrote it. Whether he did or not, I mean, I guarantee it's been run over with him. You know, but yeah, you're probably right. He's got a team of probably 10 writers.
They're delivering. He's the face. He's delivering the joke.
But. Yeah. And they've got to be like mild jokes. They can't really take a shot at it. So they've got to be these watered down, pathetic jokes. Anyways, but to be honest with you, I'm the first one to look at something like this and go, yeah, beat on him for it. It's such a stupid event anyways. But honestly, when I'm reading these, I'm going, it's not that bad of a joke. It's not a bad joke. His joke about the American Sniper didn't sit well. Kyle, he said Kyle's 160 confirmed kills was like a slow morning for Harvey Weinstein. It's not a bad joke. I mean, for that setting,
right?
What's wrong with that joke?
Everybody sitting in the room knows who Harvey Weinstein is and what a hard ass he is.
Yeah.
And,
his worst joke was after Dana Perry dedicated her Oscar to her son, who had committed suicide. I love these. He poked fun at the producer's outfit that featured furry spears around it and said, "It takes a lot of balls to wear a dress like that."
Oh,
simple, dumb joke.
Yeah.
But the implication is that he's standing there watching her give her acceptance speech. She goes on to say, "Well, my son committed suicide and I want to dedicate this to him." And then he came out with a balls joke.
Yeah.
Right.
As if he's not backstage doing 10 costume changes and then shoved back out there.
You're right. He probably didn't even hear that.
I guarantee you he didn't hear her speech. So to act like he attacked her or something is absurd.
what was he supposed to do? Go, yeah, suicide.
Let's have a moment of silence for her dead son.
It's got to move the show along.
Mm-hmm. I want to dedicate this to my son, Evan. We lost him to suicide. We should talk about suicide out loud. Good form for that. Let's do that. Let's all have an out loud discussion about suicide.
Isn't that what
drives you most crazy about this whole Oscar thing, though, is all the political bullshit that everybody spews.
Yeah.
It gets up there.
It's their moment, Jay.
Of course.
And then several people took to Twitter because everybody's got to be offended at everything. To complain about the joke. When thinking about making a ball joke after a woman mentions her son's suicide, don't. Hashtag 2015 Oscars.
A ball joke. That's great.
After the commercial break, Neil had a bit of fun doing a Birdman spoof. Not a bad spoof. Ended with him in his underwear.
Okay, that's what that's about. I've been seeing this picture.
Yeah,
in there.
I think that has to. I haven't seen Birdman, but I think when Michael Keaton is wearing the Birdman costume wings, he can't get through a door or something, and it comes off, and he ends up having to walk down the street in his underwear.
Okay,
and so it's a spoof on that. They cut to him. He's wearing a robe that's caught in the door, and he's got to go back on. You can hear the director. It's all a bit, but they're calling for him, and so he walks out in his underwear.
Gotcha.
And people are, what's going on with that underwear? I could see. Is he really that well endowed? What's going on? People thought he stuffed his shit, but I heard him explain it. He's like, no, they had to sew another pair of underwear in there because the lights are so heavy you can see through them, and I couldn't have my dick and balls on display at the Oscars. That's just so funny. And then the New York Times noted that Neil is in good physical shape, so there wasn't much humor or bravery to the sketch, just bravado. And then they say, so anyway, I don't know. I wouldn't blame him for anything that went wrong. What I saw was, typical Oscars.
Yeah. Typical scrutiny of every little thing, right? That's what happens after these shows.
Yeah.
So everybody's sitting there on their couch. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Tweet.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite hosts of shows like these through the years? Billy Crystal did it for years. Steve Martin, Whoopi Goldberg, Chris Rock. I forgot he'd even done it. Jon Stewart.
No, I got to be honest. I've never liked a single one. Self-important assholes.
Yeah, blowing each other. And
no, you know what? You know who I did like the most was Ricky Gervais on the Golden Globes. That has to be the best hosting job ever.
I agree. It was
he
awesome.
Just ripped people.
He did not give a shit. Move over, Izzy. He just didn't give a shit. He was brutal and totally unapologetic in the weeks following. And he knows he'll probably never do anything like that again, but who cares?
He doesn't care. You're right.
Yeah.
I think most people who do those lesser shows are always looking for that big jump to the Oscars, right? And he's just
whatever. I did it, and what are you gonna do? Fans were outraged that Joan Rivers wasn't a part of the in memoriam.
That's bullshit.
How
could they
bullshit.
Not include her?
Yeah,
it's so recent, and she's such a part of what the Oscars are. Now, granted, the powers that be want to be arm's length to the whole red carpet and all the "who are you wearing" type shit. They think it's shallow and this and that. And there was even something by Reese Witherspoon this year. Hashtag ask me more or something like that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
She wants them to dig deeper. I don't want to just talk about superficial things like that. Ask me what inspires me.
I mentioned that. I mentioned that to you, Jay, about the one show. I forget one, not the Oscars, but whatever the one was for the Oscars, where Jennifer Aniston was on the carpet and they do the Manny cam. They would ask people to do this thing called the Manny cam. They set up like this little in a shoebox, almost a red carpet, where girls would show their fingers off. And Jennifer Aniston's like, no, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's like, as if, like, that's all Jennifer Aniston. You know what I mean? Like,
well, just this idea that's the game of the red carpet.
Yeah.
Like, what does she want us to ask her about? Her drunk driving accident?
Right.
Should we ask her about that? Should we dive into Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah. How awful she looks without makeup. I mean, where do you want us to go?
How fat her head's getting.
Yeah. How pointy your chin is. How strangely pointy your chin
you're right.
is.
Ask her about when she was sitting there going, do you know who I am? Maybe they should ask her about that. Jesus,
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was asking
who I am?
Do you know who I am? I'm Reese Witherspoon.
This is America. I thought this is America.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm a big star.
Yeah. So you're right. Ask her
about that. I don't give a shit what dress you're wearing. I'd love to get your comment about that, though.
About the fact do you know who I am?
Yeah.
No, so that's the problem, I think, with Joan. I think a lot of those people in those circles really despised her. And because, like you've always said, she's outspoken as shit. She's always spoken her mind and unapologetically.
Yeah.
And so really, truth be told, a lot of people hated her, I'm sure, in the industry.
Well, yeah, and she didn't hold back from
Yeah.
blast and all. She didn't give a fuck how big of a star you
So
were.
I'm
She'd
sure
bring it.
They weren't really, ready to do any favors and
Mhm.
bend over backwards to celebrate her.
which is pretty sad. to
It
be
is.
honest
It was
with
so
you.
recent, and again, she was so relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it wasn't
show.
like you're talking about somebody that was 20 years in the past or something. I mean, she was still
Mhm.
doing it.
At 81, she's as hardcore vicious as a comic at 81 as anybody doing it today.
And she was
But
as
that's no bullshit. Pull up her last special. She's fucking brutal.
she was as consistently a part of that show as anything over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Dude, we don't have a red carpet without Joan Rivers.
it's true.
I mean,
She
that used to
launched
just be
it into something that it never was.
Yeah. I mean, she's been doing it since what, 85, 95 with Melissa. She gave Melissa a career. Notice Melissa's absolutely gone now without Joan. But how do you, I mean, when you think Oscars, you could make an argument that when you say Oscars, Joan Rivers is honestly
Yeah.
the first name that pops into your head.
You're right, man.
Seriously. And to not include her in memoriam. So so many people were outraged. Were you outraged? Was it so outrageous
Right.
that you were outraged?
I mean, it's notable. We're noting it, but we
Yeah.
don't really care.
Exactly. It does feel like an honest to God snub, though.
Yeah.
It does feel
Yeah.
like a very specific delete from that thing. And you're probably right that she's pissed off enough A-listers that it's like, fuck her. I'm glad she's dead. And Joan would probably find a lot of humor in
And
that.
she was probably looked at as a lesser class. Oh, she's standing out there as a tabloid journalist.
Yeah,
It's probably one of those things. Well, we're in here. We're the important ones.
Well, a rep for the Academy said Joan Rivers is among the many worthy artists and filmmakers we are unfortunately unable to feature in the memoriam segment of this year's Oscar show. She is, however, included in our gallery on Oscar.com. Even cheaper shot,
Yeah.
really.
Go click on
really.
her photo. Learn a little bit about her life.
And people are quick to point out, like, well, she's not really part of the movie. She doesn't have a movie career and blah, 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 blah. Maya Angelou was mentioned last night in the In Memoriam. I mean, she's a poet. She's not a movie person. So what?
Joan was in Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. She played the C-3PO
Yeah.
guy in Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I don't
She was
even
in-
really? I forgot.
Yeah, that's totally
Like the
Joan.
robot with the wig on and everything.
Yeah,
Shit, I didn't even know that, dude. I've seen that movie several
Totally.
times, but I didn't. Wow, that's funny.
she was in the Muppets Take Manhattan, the
Sure.
Smurfs,
Oh yeah.
Taylor Negron
Shit, dude, you're right. Fuck.
was also left. Yeah, that's Joan Rivers. Totally.
Wow, dude.
Yep, you'll recognize the voice immediately.
Yeah.
Had been a character actor. I guess Taylor Negron. I'm not familiar. I guess she was in. He or she. I don't even know if that's a guy or girl. Was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Had a notable
No, that's
role
a
in
dude.
that.
He's a pizza dude.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, we mentioned
Oh, yeah.
Anybody
Totally
order
know.
a pizza comes into Mr. Hand's room.
The Last Boy Scout. He had a big role in Last
Yeah.
Boy Scout.
He's a bad guy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
The main bad
totally.
guy?
Yep. Those are big roles. To leave someone like that out, those are two very memorable roles. Another missing name was Jan Hooks, SNL alum, was in Batman Returns, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Coneheads. So yeah, I don't know what that seems like a pretty big snub, but Joan Rivers for sure,
Fuck, yeah.
to me, tops that list. No doubt about it. And then Sean Penn under some fire today too. Where does this end, by the way?
I'm usually not a big Sean Penn defender, but I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Do we have video of Sean Penn? Maybe we can just watch it. Is that it there? This is
Who gave this son of a bitch his green card? Birdman.
who gave this son of a
Who
bitches?
gave this son of a bitch his green card? Birdman.
How could he be so insensitive, Mike?
Yeah.
So insensitive. So he's awarding his Mexican friend,
Yeah, they did a movie together. They're good friends.
best director.
Yep.
His name escapes me, but
Yeah. Alejandro Inarritu.
Inarritu.
Inarritu. Alejandro Inarritu.
Go.
Come on, E, you got this. You got this. You've been practicing. It sounded really strong. lately.
Come on, E.
What is it?
Alejandro Inarritu. You got this, dude.
You got it.
Shut
Come on.
up.
Start with Alejandro.
Alejandro
Inarritu.
Inritu.
That was it. That was it right there.
He's got
No
it.
need to do it again.
No,
You're
he's
getting
got it. First
really
take.
fucking good at that. So yeah, he says, who gave this son of a bitch's green card? Twitter quickly went into meltdown.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, that would just be like if we all, you know what I mean? It'd be like if there was an award show and one of you was, winning and I was up there and just made an insight.
Yeah.
It's just a friend.
But you can't say something like that. That's controversial.
Jose Antonio Vargas tweeted, Mexican director, green card joke, not funny, just plain xenophobic. What the fuck, Sean Penn?
What? Fuck, who are these fucking people who care so much?
It was insensitive to the plight of many immigrants in the United States and racist. One of the first to call out Penn was that Jose Antonio Vargas.
Jose who? Jose B?
Jose B.
Jose B.
Others included Mario Lopez.
Oh,
No.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Slater, in other words.
Slater. Right.
Right.
Rosianna.
The best thing Slater did in the last 10 years was to do that little reunion show on Jimmy Fallon
He
about
hosts
a week ago.
He hosts.
Oh, I know. Entertainment or something.
Extra or whatever.
Extra, yeah.
Extra.
Pathetic show.
It was so corny.
Great on Dancing with the Stars, too.
While the remark struck many as an insult, the director himself, who it was directed at, insisted it was nothing more than a brutal joke between old friends. I found it hilarious, he said after the ceremony. Sean and I have that kind of brutal relationship
Isn't
where
that
only
kind of
true
overstating it,
friendship can
though? It's
survive.
not really that funny. You know what I mean?
No.
I found it hilarious. Sean, that was hilarious.
No,
Well,
but you know what, though? It could be, again, to me, it'd be like if you had if me and one of my friends down the line I was able to give someone an award, and you're right, it might not be hilarious, but amongst friends, it might have been like that was just an inside joke that they always used to talk about or something.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what-
Mexican, green card.
I
mean, it's not.
I
It
get-
can't be hilarious.
Yeah.
It can't be.
Jay, you're
But it's not brutal either.
Here's the thing about Sean Penn, though, is he's usually so much on the forefront of all these social issues. You'd think he'd be more savvy than that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got no problem with him making a little joke like that.
No. He's
I'll be at a-
those guys
I'll
are
be at a dumb-
fags guy to me.
Those guys are fags. Yeah, he's Spicoli. But
What's your problem?
in terms of what he's done in his personal life over the last 10, 15 years, he's so, out there on the front line of all this shit.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd be more savvy and be like, I can't say this right now.
Mhm. I'm glad he did, though.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's just a throwaway little comment, honestly.
Oh, those guys are fags.
Rosianna Rojas, absolutely horrible green card comment from Sean Penn. The struggles people endure for immigration justice are not punchlines.
Jesus, fuck.
I know,
It's
dude.
nothing funny anymore.
Mariana.
I know. Can't
Atencio.
anyone just chuckle about
It's
shit?
nothing funny.
Everything is a personal shot at you and your people.
Holy hell.
It's that. It's the whole PC thing that you rail on every other day.
Yeah.
and for good reason. And it's just always constantly people sitting there wanting to take people down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, shooting
Destroy people.
Yeah, shooting shit from their couch, which you can do on Twitter now.
Yep.
And just try to take them down.
Bitchin'.
Mario Lopez, who gave this guy a green card? Sean Penn talking about a Mexican dude to a room full of British and Australian people. Nina Terrero, by the way, I'm still waiting for the green card jokes on Eddie Redmayne or any of the other Brits in attendance at tonight's #Oscars. Yeah, well, do we really have a problem with illegal immigrants from Great Britain coming into the country? Really, Eddie Redmayne, is he the first guy to cross the border illegally that we need that's the whole joke.
Yeah.
Like illegal people crossing the border to get into the country. I'm pretty sure this director didn't do that. That's the joke.
Yeah, not all the people sailing across the ocean.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I sneak in? Was it against the rules? My bad.
The name's Redmond. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if there was a history of issues with Canadians sneaking across the border, that joke only works if you say the fucking green card thing when you're talking about a Mexican. That's the only way that joke works.
Right.
Doesn't work if you're talking about Canadians. It sure as fuck doesn't work if you're talking about Australians. And it doesn't work if you're talking about British people. Lighten up, people. It was what it was, a joke. He even said, maybe next year the government will inflict some immigration rules on the academy. 2 Mexicans in a row. That's suspicious, I guess. God.
Yeah, does this count toward a minority win, though? When we start hearing all the statistics about, this and that, minorities
No black
are ever
people were
right.
nominated. Yeah.
I mean,
It should. Why
good
not?
news out of LA.
Yeah, this is great news out of LA. Would you rather he lost and that joke wasn't made?
Right. Good point. This is great news.
This is dynamite news. Oh man, and then we got a oh god, this poor news anchor talking about the Oscars, talking about Lady Gaga.
Oh, dude, was that amazing? By the way, did you watch any of that performance?
Gaga?
Yeah, the Sound of Music.
Was it good?
Really good.
Yeah,
I listened to
amazing,
I listened to about 30 notes of it. Granted, but from everything I read, it sounds like she just killed it.
Yeah.
And it's not a Lady Gaga style song. Just to see her standing up there in a formal dress, belting that out is it's kind of shocking.
She's a true player, though.
She's great.
She can sing her ass off. I haven't seen this yet.
With songs they have sung.
That's Lady Gaga. Wow.
This was a tribute to Julie Andrews, right?
Yeah,
that's what she's doing.
Oh, she's about to hit it.
My heart wants to sing every song. It wants like the wings of the birds that
God, I love this song.
Do you?
No.
I was gonna say what?
My heart wants to sigh.
But she's doing a good job of it, right?
Yeah, she's got an amazing voice.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize that.
I wouldn't consider myself a monster, but
Yeah.
Are you, Jay?
Monsters. No.
I
don't hate her. I don't
Actually, I like her, but
so we've got a news anchor in Cleveland, Ohio, who
after seeing that performance said,
yeah, she's sitting there with her black co-host, and you just want to watch it.
Yeah,
I'll just play it for you.
Wow, Lady Gaga surprising a lot of people last night with his tribute to the Sound of Music. Afterwards, Julie Andrews joined him on stage, gave her a hug, and called him wonderful. It's very impressive, isn't it?
It's hard to really hear her voice
Lady Gaga.
with all the jigaboo
Yeah.
music that she does, whatever you want to call it, jigaboo.
Yeah, she has a nice
She's
voice.
a gorgeous voice. I never knew.
look at that black anchor sitting next to her is going,
Let's check her with Patty. There's some problems upstairs.
Who also has a nice
you just stepped in some shit.
boy.
Wow. How can you not know that's inappropriate?
Well, her name's Christy Capel. She was discussing, obviously, Gaga. Twitter went abuzz immediately.
Fire! She's racist.
Cut her head off, deport her, throw her somewhere in jail. At boycott Channel 93. Oh Christ, they want to boycott Channel 8, Fox Channel.
I mean, ignorant, yes. I mean, it's obviously not intentionally trying to make a racist comment.
No. I do apologize if I offended you. I didn't know the meaning behind it or that it was even a word.
Can you imagine having to say that, dude? Being in that position?
No.
I didn't know jigaboo.
I deeply, of course, she deeply regrets my insensitive comment. I didn't know the meaning and would never intentionally use hurtful language. I sincerely apologize.
I mean, what more can she say, Mike? She used sincere and deep.
Yeah, I know. Is she going to skate on this one?
Yeah, that is clearly so ignorant. It's just, she's no. I mean,
yeah,
I know. I mean, she's sitting next to a black dude. Why would she describe the music around Gaga as jigaboo?
I don't even. That's the funny thing.
Like,
I don't even think it is. What is she talking about?
Well, you'd come up with like a million different descriptors before you came up with that.
Jigaboo.
What is that even? What is she trying to say?
I don't know what she's trying to say.
Well, yeah, I don't think that would describe her. For one, I wouldn't even describe it like that. Her music.
Right. I mean, she obviously doesn't realize that it has a black kind of reference.
Yeah.
So she's not referring to the music behind Gaga as black in any way.
Yeah.
Well, my point is, why would you grab for that phrase and throw that out there?
So you didn't think she was referring to a negative term, referring to black people of darker skin color?
I do not.
Right there, dude.
I do not. As she stares next to her into the eyes of her black anchor from 18 inches away.
That face right there, just when they're about to go to break.
Yeah, that's local news for you right there.
I'm about to be on the national news and shit.
He's like,
my big break today. Thank you, Christy.
She just stepped in shit.
And I'm here to take it all in.
I'm just along for the ride.
Get used to this mug, America.
Glad I wore my red dress shirt and shit. And red pocket square. Look at me.
Guess who's arrived, motherfuckers? Here I is. My Billy D. Williams stash on and shit.
Look at him.
Glad I wore my Billy D. Williams stash today to the set.
Wow.
But yes, of course, it's I'm outraged. I'm outraged.
I mean, if you're outraged about anything, you're outraged that they put such a stupid chick on there, you know?
She's a typical, like, beauty queen turned
Yeah.
TV anchor.
Turn personality.
Yeah, turned personality. She's just reading a
Delivering the Daily
teleprompter.
News.
And it's like, how about we just stick to the prompter? How about we do that? We don't go off script ever. We've told you,
It's a
Cable.
little dangerous.
Never go off script.
Well, it's like the problem is when they get to the point where they want to show that they're an actual broadcaster, and it's like that they're not that you just described, the beauty queen that just someone said, hey, you should be on TV.
Problem is, it's really hard to do that kind of. I couldn't do it, man. I mean, we can sit here and talk because we can say whatever the fuck we want. Right?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Sitting there trying to
God,
kibitz
Yeah.
in an appropriate way and still entertaining,
Yeah.
you know, and not come off like a complete foof. God, I don't know how.
It's impossible because anything you say can get you in trouble,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
Yeah. I was watching
No,
a
well, you see
local
it-
show around here. You know, it was in 9-second increments. I threw it on my phone and I was testing it the other day, and I'm sitting there and I won't say what channel it was, but it was kind of uncomfortable watching the three of them try to kibitz through
Oh, I know which one you're
one
talking
of these
about.
segments. And they're good. I give, you know, these three people are good at what they do, but it's just a tough format.
Yeah.
Without being able to go, that's fucking crazy. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You'd
I mean,
find it
'cause-
really hard to do a
Oh.
show like we do
There's no way.
without being able to just be yourself, because you have to.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be
Take on the
yourself.
straight, just
Yes,
down
and
the middle.
offend nobody
Yes.
ever. And you see it fall apart in moments like this where there's probably someone in the air going 10 seconds to break.
Yeah.
And they realize, okay, we've got to kill 10 seconds. And it's like, well, it would have been great if it wasn't for that what do you call that? Jigaboo music in the background. The guy's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. She said jigaboo music. And then it's like, oh god damn it. She went off the prompter.
right.
Crashed the set. She's reporting live from the zoo. Wow, these monkeys are adorable. They look great on my Porsche. Don't you think these Porsche, if we could just make Porsche monkeys out of these, they'd be wonderful. No, Christy, no. Go to break.
God.
What'd I say? I love the monkeys.
Yeah, it's just a minefield.
Yeah.
An absolute minefield.
You never know when you're going to step on something and just boom, there
No,
goes your career.
I-
Boom.
Yep, I couldn't do it. I'd last 3 minutes. There's no
The
way.
entire city blocked, torched by a
I remember
ferocious
this.
fire in its
Lauren
path, a
Podell.
historic downtown district. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This morning, fire investigators in the small town of Lapeer are still trying to get a better look at the damage and also the cause.
Lauren Podell is there live where dozens of people were forced from their homes. Lauren, good morning.
I don't have IFB. I don't know when we're going. Neither does Jim. I can't get this in there.
We apologize.
Oh,
we apologize.
Oh, deeply apologize.
Really? Like,
You had to hear that word. I know you've never heard it before.
What kid is watching the Channel 4, 6 in the morning news?
probably a lot of them, but
think so?
nonetheless, it's that went on for 10 seconds where you knew, okay, we don't have the feed right here. It should be a bobblehead face on camera with a live mic and thank you, Devin, for throwing it out to me, and then take the story from there. The fact that she's off camera and talking to her camera guys in the field
should clue you in. Cut the feed, right?
Cut it.
She's gonna
She
drop an
doesn't know
F-bomb.
she's on the air,
Right.
and every anchor who's ever done a report anywhere is like, motherfucker, it's cold out here. God damn it. Yes, coming to you live now from Radio
morning,
for One
Devin.
Studios. Whew, there's a chill in the air. God damn it, it's fucking cold out here. Oh, we're live. Okay, thank you. Like, that's just the way those go. I blame them just as much.
Yeah.
And Lauren's awesome too. I love Lauren. She's great. And she skated from that.
Yeah.
She got through that. Yeah, it was touch and go for a little while there. She dropped the motherfucker. She dropped the fuck bomb on Oh man.
Oh, we apologize. That
happens to the best of them. Anyway, hey, the road rage incident.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Nothing. Just
these are some new details.
I know.
Very interesting.
Oh no, I know. This story is almost like seems like a movie to me. It just doesn't. It seems so outrageous. All the situations.
It finally makes sense to me.
Okay.
This story, like today was the day I was waiting for. It's like, okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now this story's starting to come in clearly into frame. Yeah. People are saying that Tammy Myers, she was killed by Eric Nausch in that in what they're saying was a prescription drug deal gone bad.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. According to one man who has been pulled into this saga, the alleged murder of the mother of 4 by this 19-year-old that she knew from the next street over as a so-called road rage incident has perplexed America daily. Izzy, come on. The family remains silent on the matter, but local resident Bob Seelig thinks he knows the truth after being part of Nausch's inner circle before he was turned on and threatened by him and his friends. 5'3", 100-pound Nausch. He said nobody chased nobody down. The son and mother left the Myers residence looking for Eric on a drug deal gone bad. That's the word on the street. Prescription drug deal gone bad. All this stuff with Miss Myers is all pharmaceutical pills and drugs. That's what Eric sold at the park. That's why Miss Myers went there picking up pharmaceutical pills from Eric like Xanax.
I thought she was consulting him or
yeah, right.
Consoling him for hours.
The kid sold it right there at the concrete table, day in and day out. Okay, now things are making a little more sense. The father of 4, Seelig, claims he and Ms. Myers and her family had taken Nausch in and given him food and money when he needed it most. His eldest son used to be good friends with this kid, and he had been to the house hundreds of times before he turned on Seelig and his family. My life is in danger. I was even threatened after they had Eric in custody. So he says he wanted to kill my kids. He went after my kids. He went after my daughter with a knife. He went after my son trying to steal his bike. He went after me. It literally took the death of a person for the police to wake up and see the problems. There's more kids out there, and they do carry guns, and they'll use them. I've let Eric stay at my house. Miss Myers did the same thing. The only thing is I didn't buy drugs from Eric. I don't do any of that crap. Things turned ugly for Seelig after the arrest. One of his pals, Jeremy Jongapir, threatened him and his son with a pistol. The police intervened, and later that night, this Jongapir was arrested after a search of his car found a handgun. After driving by Seelig's house in the afternoon, this kid went further down the street before stopping to hurl abuse. And there's another neighbor who says, yeah, I heard that too. This Sandy Wright heard clearly. She said, I heard tires, cars racing, screeching, screaming, and yelling and cussing. There's a guy in a white car yelling all these obscenities. I walked out. I could see Seelig walking down, and the guy was saying, you fucking pussy. I'll take care of you. You don't scare me. Old man, why do you pick on little boys who can't defend themselves? I'll come back, and I'll take your whole family out. From what I gathered, this kid blamed Stan Seelig for Eric being arrested, thinking he'd turned him in. So his buddies, apparently they had some gang. Yeah. Some sort of affiliation to this gang. It's rumored they're both members of the Alta Block gang and named after Alta Drive, which runs close to the location of where the murder was. It's been speculated there could have been gang motive behind the death of Tammy Myers, but Sandy's son, Colorado, finds that idea absurd. The Myers brothers had met him a couple of times and maybe hung out with him back in the day, but they're not the same crowd. The Myers kid got a little cocky sometimes, but they're nice people. Eric, on the other hand, has Napoleon syndrome all the way. He would always try to argue.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it with all his tats and everything. He's trying to come off, he's a little Keeblerian guy. Look at him.
Look at him.
Just a little tiny guy. Dude, he's a cutie pie. Looks like a little fairy.
He's so wee.
Look at next to his attorney.
Oh, my God. Dude, he looks like a pixie.
He does. He looks like a Lord of the Rings guy. He looks like, what is it, Gollum or something?
Well, he sort of has a little elf look to him. I mean, throw some pointy ears on him. And
if he was just eating an apple really fast, wouldn't he look like the SNL character?
Yes.
Wouldn't he? What was his name?
Yeah. Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan, yeah.
God, I actually like Chris Kattan
Just
a lot.
mowing through those apples. God,
doesn't he totally look like that? He's kind of got that
little
block
monkey boy
eye.
kinda.
Yeah, the ears. Eric was mixed up in drugs a lot. Weed, meth, Molly, ecstasy. He was always dealing drugs. He had a moped at one time, and he would go up and down the streets in the neighborhood selling to everybody. He'd be walking down the street yelling out, I got weed!
On his hog.
On his hog, yeah. Very brazen about it. The Las Vegas police and Officer Miguel Garcia, we can't say it's an actual gang or how many people are in it. Our detectives are working right now to figure out if it's a real gang or not. He explained how many kids go around saying, oh, yeah, we're the whatever gang, and they're just, they're not involved in anything. But this Colorado kid says the Alta block is definitely real. Nausch affiliated himself with a lot of those people, so there's a high probability he was involved. They're not really educated. They're very hot-headed. One person who asked not to be named said 3 years ago, Nausch only had one tattoo. He was always getting picked on by bigger kids. They called him Baby G. Baby G. Look at Baby G.
It's just a little tiny.
Everybody called him that because he was so small. He's 19, but he looks 14. He had to take pills just to grow. Poor little guy. He's just so wee. Look at him. Look at that tough guy. 5'3", dude. Fuck.
100 pounds.
I know. You're standing upstairs. He's like 5'3", a buck. You want to continue that. You've never stopped at just a buck.
Yeah.
It's always at least like a $1.05.
It's a buck.
I saw him 4 days before the shooting, and he showed me the gun. He told me it was registered to him. He said he'd got it for protection, but do I see him going around shooting someone? No. I guess he was getting robbed constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody would take his shit.
No, you could
he
see
was
this.
so weak.
Yeah, you could totally see this dude wielding a gun all the time, and trying to play that game. Look at the judge, by the way.
Dude, I was just going to say that to you. What's with the...
God, the cast of characters in this thing. And you go, the husband has a buddy who looks like Ditka sitting next to him in court. I mean, it's just... Look at that dude.
Look at the Kittermans on the whole family.
Yeah.
Wow, they're brandishing nice Kittermans.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. Look at that haircut. One of those, like, that, what do you call it? Just,
flat tops.
Yeah.
A jarhead look.
Yeah.
Wow, those are some fancy looking Kittermans. How did they get those?
Just
by being manly, I guess.
Wow. Those lips are never going to be freezing. Never. You will never. Jesus Christ, it's cold in here. Jeez. Anybody?
Look at the number of Kittermans on this page. I mean, we're just scrolling through a story, and we've got go up. Got the judge with just crazy facial hair, trying to I think draw attention away from his eyes, which are pretty goat-like. I mean, they're on the side of his head.
Well, yeah, but you're right. The goatee is
they're
like
too far down on the
blended.
There's usually separation between the nose and the eyes. It's like the eyes start up here. These eyes are absolutely level with his nostrils.
Yes.
It's a
I
very
wonder if he's a
strange
dwarf.
look.
I wonder if he's a dwarf. Doesn't he have
do they make dwarf judges? They do. I've never seen it. I didn't know if that was legal.
I've never heard of one, but
yeah.
I
don't think that's legal, Jay. We can look into that, but I don't think that's legal.
Maybe not. And then the defense lawyer has the goatee going. I mean, there's just a lot of facial
his is
hair.
blended too, though. Look at his is not. It has some white and also. So what is he?
I think that means he's just
grew that.
older. I think he's probably in his 40s, 50s.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just trying to impress the judge. He just grew that thing, knowing the judge was hot on that too. The judge goes for that look. He's trying to get some points with him.
That judge.
Okay, well, that's not the case with this
I think
guy,
the
though,
judge
right?
is the big story here. We need to look into this. Wow, that guy's crazy. Huh.
Man, that is it's an odd look. Yeah, Justice is blind. Whew. Wow.
Justice has some thick glasses.
Go eyes.
And by the way, look at the glasses. What is this, 1980? Like, who has these big square? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of normcore though.
It is kind of
like if he went with horn rim, like everybody else has. I mean that wouldn't be cool.
I've been
normcore.
But that little kid, man, you're right. He does look like he's 14, 15.
Yeah,
man. And so you know he's out to prove himself. Just banging around doing whatever to look at him in this picture with a $100 bill and shit. It's
tough guy.
Don't you want to, like, if you're gonna do that, I guess
into the mic,
I guess it's a stack, or I guess there's more in there, but don't you want, if there is, don't you want to have like
you're talking about his money
several?
at this
Yeah,
point?
you don't want to just have the one showing. You want to have like 4 showing, right?
Yeah,
I know
you
it
don't
looks
want to
like-
take that picture ever.
Well,
you look like an asshole taking that picture no matter what, and it's
I
a
agree.
selfie too. You can tell his right arm is the one taking that picture.
Yeah,
And that picture happens all the time. You know?
I know it does.
And it's pulled up in a lot of these stories, Michael Brown. All these types of stories. There's always that picture sitting there with a bottle of vodka and shit.
Yeah.
Just,
I got a joint in my hand.
looking ham is what you're looking. Hey, as you all know, Big E threw all over the couch while Chaz Bono ate the King's peanut butter. What you might not know is right now at Zott Ford, you can lease a brand new 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 for just $235 a month. That's right, lease a Superfly pimped out Bad Mama Jamma F-150 4x4 for just $235 a month. The trucks and the deals won't last long, so hurry in and let them know that Big E is going to get penetrated on the Vegas Strip
Nice.
after losing the race.
Can't wait.
I personally disagree with that as well.
No, I agree full force with that.
And then just sit back and watch the magic happen. Folks, we all know this can only happen at Zotford and Holly, I-75 and exit 98.
There's more the judge.
Oof, man, that judge.
Yeah.
Woof.
It's a tough
Woo.
one.
Do you really trust a guy looking like that to judge you?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You know what he is?
He is the story.
He's Chunk's buddy down in the basement from Goonies.
I think
Chunk
you're right.
Chunk saved that guy.
Look at those
And the thing that's putting me onto this track here is the eyes, man.
Yeah.
They look even that because this is a straight on picture. Like,
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
like
See. It's Chunk's buddy. It's Chunk's buddy.
dad. Wow. Poor guy.
That guy is judging the case.
Yep.
Chunk's buddy.
Yeah.
those eyes.
These eyes. Na, 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 na. Why don't we take a quick time out? We'll come back and we'll talk about conjoined twins, one of our favorites.
Ooh, Ronnie Donnie.
Ronnie Donnie, that's right.
Or those other girls, whatever the girls were named.
Yeah, whose mom we talked to. That was brutal. The
Well-
conversation was really
Well,
difficult.
maybe if you weren't in there,
I don't know what
suggesting she had
happened.
one butthole.
I think she did, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think that question was out of bounds. I stand by that.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. When she said no, they're teachers.
Split class.
Well, that is
a split.
It's a very good question. What is
No, because she alluded to the fact that one of them teaches fourth grade and one
Right.
teaches fifth
No.
grade. That was a fair question.
Absolutely
on your part.
fair.
No, very valid. What did she do? What did the other head do while the one was teaching? Head, another person, I suppose.
Well, head yeah, applies. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll touch on this story next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zotford and Holly. Newsflash, we need your trade-in. Believe it or not, the spring market is right around the corner, and that means Zotford needs more pre-owned inventory. What's the best way to do that? Easy. Pay too much for the vehicle you are driving right now. We're paying up to 15% over Kelley Blue Book, regardless if you buy a new car from us or not. So bring us your trade-in and leave with a fistful of cash, only at Zotford and Holly. Check us out and our massive inventory at Zotford.com.
These eyes cry every night for you. These arms long to hold you again. The curtains on me, yeah. I will never be free, no, my baby, no, no. You gave a promise to me, yeah. You broke it, you broke it, oh no. These eyes watched you bring my world to an end. This heart could not accept and pretend that I will never be free, no, no, no. You took the vow with me, yeah. You spoke it, baby. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you. These eyes cry every night for you.
From head to toe.
These arms come to hold you again. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have.
In there.
These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you. Yeah. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you.
What do?
These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you.
Right, you're talking shit. Explain yourself.
It's over your head. You don't seem to understand what I said. You can't live your life trying to run away. Don't get me wrong, you always apologize, but it's just a way of making a scene. You need to be loved, it's not to cry. Come on, reach out, and let someone into your life. Come on, reach out, and let someone into your life. To understand what I said, that you can't live your life. You You got so much love spread inside. Come on, reach out, reach out, and let somebody into your life. Come on, reach out, reach out, and let somebody into your life. Reach out, and let somebody into your life. Broken lives, broken strings, broken threads, broken springs, broken idols, broken heads, people sleeping in broken beds. Ain't no use jiving, ain't no use joking. Yeah, everything is broken. Broken bottles, broken legs, broken switches, broken days, broken dishes, broken parts. The streets are filled with broken hearts, broken words never meant to be spoken. Oh, everything is broken. It seems like every time I stop and turn around, something else has just hit the ground. Broken colors, broken songs, broken buckles, broken laws, broken bodies, broken bones, broken voices on broken phones. Take a deep breath, feel like you're choking. Hey, everything is broken. Some things, all the pieces in my face. Broken hands, broken plows, broken trees, and broken vows. Broken pipes, broken tools. People bending, broken rules. Hound dog howling, bullfrog croaking. Hey, everything is broken. Everything is broken. Everything is broken. Everything is broken. Yeah, everything is broken. I explain the fear you feel inside? 'Cause you were born into this evil world where man is killing man and no one knows just why. What have we become? Just look what we have done. All that we destroyed, you must build again. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing, then the new world begins. Little child, you must show the way to a better day for all the young. 'Cause you were born for the world to see that we're all can live with love and peace. No more presidents and all the wars we'll end. One united world under God. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing, then the new world begins. What have we become? Just look what we have done. All that we destroyed, you must build again. No more presidents and all the wars we'll end. One united world under God. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children fight, let them know it ain't right. When the children pray, let them know the way. 'Cause when the children sing, let them know begins. I remember all my life raining down as cold as ice. Shadows of a man, a face through a window, crying in the night. The night goes into morning, just another day. Happy people pass my way, looking in their eyes. I see a memory. I never realized how happy you made me, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. standing on the edge of time. Walked away when love was mine. Caught up in a world of uphill climbing. The tears are in my mind, and nothing is rhyming or bending. Well, you came without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Will you kiss me and stop me from shaking? And I need you today, oh Mandy. Yesterday's a dream. I faced the morning, crying on a breeze. The pain is calling over me.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
What's the point?
Oh, I totally thought about it. I've thought about that many times, unfortunately.
Thought about what? Off-air conversations. Gotta love them.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're back on. We just came back on. Don't worry. No, it didn't go over the air talking about folks having sex and stuff. Don't worry. None of that went over the air. Rendy. Anyway, welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Tuesday with Mike and Jay. And
what's a poo?
We
where were we, Mike?
I don't know where we were. Well, we were talking about the Oscars, and we went upstairs and we were watching all the
the outrage. It continues. The reporting on the outrage from Sean Penn's egregious statement.
Yeah. So funny. All the I just immediately think of all these people that are just so outraged and offended, yet they all have fucking Guadalupe cleaning their house and
right
mowing their lawn as you know, sans green card, you know, illegally working in every corner of that state.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they're outraged. Christ. Anyway, you had also mentioned when we were in the break, how long has it been since we talked to Mandy's mom?
It's been over a week, Mike.
It has. So she should be back from her honeymoon and prime for the taking.
Yep.
I mean, who knows? Fingers crossed. Things could have gone south and when they were on their honeymoon. We don't know.
Planted that seed.
Yeah, it has been planted that Fady is back in the mix and available. I mean, who would have thought? Who could have dreamed that after all these years he wouldn't have been swallowed up by some guy? You know what I mean? Like that he'd still be available for a gal like
some
me.
girl.
Yeah,
some girl.
Well, whatever. So I mean, at least
not whatever.
As you say that. Well, you know,
not whatever.
Spend as much time as on Grindr as you do. I mean,
no,
you just don't.
Tinder.
Whatever. Same thing.
No, not same thing. Tinder's for heterosexual males and Grindr's for homosexual.
Yeah,
no.
I know how it goes. Whatever. I'm not knocking you. I think it's great you're putting yourself out there on sites like
it is a broader net. It's a broader net, which
yeah.
I've been
open to anything at this point. And if Mandy happens to stumble into that net and get caught up or something, get entangled in the Fady net, you know, what are you gonna do? It'd be a great story. So,
and just in case you didn't have that song in your head this week, here it is again.
Such an easy song to get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
So anyway,
who is this about? You know, or no?
No idea. Probably someone named Mandy.
Take a guess. Yep. Wild guess.
Yeah, really? Is there only one Mandy in the whole because I fucking know
No, there's
one.
millions of them. That's the whole point.
Maybe he
fuck
just
would
had
we
some
know?
girl named Mandy that broke his heart.
Okay, whatever.
Huh?
Fine. That's okay. That's not a valid question. Fine, whatever.
Or maybe you had some man named
You know,
Dee.
if you had fucking asked that question, you'd all sit there and go, I don't know, man. I don't know.
No,
what
I
this
wouldn't
song
have
about."
asked that stupid
Yeah, you
question.
might have asked it.
I
You-
would not have. I
Yeah.
never would have.
No.
We
Why
played
not?
the song a
No.
million times. I've never asked
Well,
it.
I doubt that.
What leads you to believe that I would ask that question?
I think that you.
I don't pose questions like that.
Whatever.
I just don't.
I'm pretty sure it's about Billy D. Williams, and he just calls him Man D. I'm pretty sure that's what it's about.
Shut up, God.
How the hell would we know what Mandy
I don't
he's
know.
talking about in this? Come on, E, think a little bit.
I think E might be alluding to the fact that some of these songs are written about famous women. For example, Rosanna by the supergroup Toto,
Yes.
is about Rosanna Arquette.
Is it really?
His sister won an Oscar last night.
Yeah, Patricia.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Rosanna.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sing it.
No,
further.
that's okay. Were you a big fan of Africa or Rosanna?
I'd go with Africa before I go
Really?
with Rosanna. Yeah.
I bought the place down in Africa.
Dude,
It's a great song.
Toto 4, right? Big red album.
Yeah, Red Album. Absolutely.
Absolutely reminds me of roller skating.
You and your roller skating.
Shoot the duck, Jay. This was a killer song back in the day.
Hell yeah.
It's
It's a great song.
little soft. I didn't know Rosanna was about Rosanna
Yep.
Arquette. though.
See?
Any song that incorporates Kilimanjaro
Yeah.
is okay by me.
In the night, cheers only whispers in the quiet conversation. She's coming in on the 12:30 flight. Moving things to reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some long forgotten
Not yet.
words. Ancient
Overzealous.
melodies.
First stanza.
He turned to me as if to say,
Choose your octave.
hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you. It's gonna take me a lot to drive me away from you.
Yeah, he's back! He's back!
And 100 men or more can ever do.
He's back!
I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had.
Yeah!
Where's Kilimanjaro?
It's coming, isn't it?
It's coming up way later, yeah. The wild dogs cry out in the night as they watch the sun for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right. As Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become. It's gonna take a lot to
He's back! He's back, folks!
nothing but 100 men or more. I bless the rains down in Africa. Yeah, fucker. See, take some time to do things we never had.
I'm having octave problems.
No, the whole rest of this song sucks. It's not a good octave range. This guy doesn't perform it properly. Hurry, boy, she's waiting there for you. Is there a flute solo?
Oh, yeah. You forgot about the flute solo.
Is that a keyboard trying to play a
Yes,
flute?
for sure.
Son of a bitch. I would have expected more from Toto. Hurry, boys, she's waiting there for you. No. I did not perhaps choose my octave wisely. It happens. Son of a bitch.
Happens
You
to
walked
best
me
of
into that. You did.
What? How did we get there? I don't know.
Rosanna.
Oh,
because
you
shithead
stupid
brought up
question.
Mandy. This is your fault, E.
It's your fault he's saying Africa.
God damn it.
You know what, though?
I'm surprised Izzy didn't start howling.
In the end, my question was valid because then you asked about another song and you're like, oh, that was about Rosanna, blah, blah, blah. So then, you know, Mandy could have been about some fucking person.
I know.
How do
I
Like,
sort
who?
of was trying to salvage some
I
semblance.
don't need your
of,
salvation, you bullshit asshole.
All right.
Do you
I won't
forgive
give you
him?
anymore. I do forgive
I don't
you.
need your saving.
I do forgive you for that.
I don't accept your forgiveness.
I always thought Toto had like too many guys in the band.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's 6 of them.
You know?
Yeah,
Which
that
one
seems
was
like a
playing the
lot.
flute?
Start
Look at
divvying
him.
up the pot, and it's
Look
like,
at them all with
Is that just a-
shades
I
on.
know.
Ugh.
Sometimes I would see those bands.
Wouldn't you start divvying up the pot and go, do we really need the flute guy? Hey, next album, let's knock off the flute.
Jay,
Yeah, you're splitting it 6 ways.
when I see bands like that, like sometimes you go to see the main band and then there's, you know, the third band opening or whatever is like that.
Yeah.
Where it's got, and I always just think like, is that just that they had friends and they all just want to be in the band? Like, you know what I mean? Like they just, I guess we'll all be in the band. Or
I don't know. I think
you're
you
now-
hit that level, and I think they're probably looking for something out of you. You can't just tag along anymore. You're Toto, dude.
Well, no, I mean they can play, but I'm just saying, like sometimes I wonder if it's
Yeah,
just
you could
like
probably slim it down.
Let's see the flute solo. They're not even trying to make it sound like a flute anymore.
Yeah.
They're not even trying to make
Yeah,
it sound like a
just going
flute.
full keyboard.
what are they all doing on stage? Like, what?
What do you mean? What are they all doing on stage?
I know. I mean, I know that.
Well, what was the question then?
Never mind.
As we mentioned before the break,
On to the conjoined twins.
yes, so you got conjoined twins to get to. And is that clock running, Jay? Thank
We
you.
had a good crowd there for wherever this was filmed, by the way.
Yeah. In Amsterdam. Yeah, total is a draw.
2008?
They're huge in Amsterdam.
13 million views, my man, in that video.
Wow.
Yeah. That song was massive.
Isn't that
It
funny?
really
You really
was.
can make, if you get two for sure, but if you can get 1 or 2 big ones, you can make a career off that.
Mhm.
With that
Yeah.
freaking Afro, who was it?
Afro Man.
Yeah, that we were talking about. He still sings that song.
Well, how about a guy like the Hoff, who's just huge in Germany?
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's totally weird.
Yeah, these guys, that album you mentioned, 4,
Yeah.
I forgot that was the name of it.
Toto 4 is just the Roman numeral 4.
Yeah. I remember the Red Album. I had it.
Yeah.
At
I
some
have
point.
I have that album too. I have that. I have Men at Work sitting
Yeah.
in a box. I can picture
Cargo?
No, was it Cargo? I don't
Cargo
know.
was one, yeah.
It was that it was the black and yellow one with Down Under.
Cargo.
Okay.
Oh, wait. That might have been
They
Men at
had a
Work, Men at Work.
flautist as well, dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And they let us know what what was the sandwich?
Vegemite
sandwich.
That's right.
Yep.
We all learned what a Vegemite sandwich was.
Yeah, which is a spread, right? Isn't that an
Yeah.
Australian spread of some sort?
There we go.
God, Jesus.
Business as usual.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Cargo had the balloon on it with the basket.
Okay.
We're not going to keep singing.
Thank God.
We got 10-month-old conjoined twins, like our friends Donnie and Ronnie.
Yep.
They took these bastards apart.
Well, they're probably looking at Don and Ryan. They probably listen to the Detroit cast and are like, shit, we
Yeah,
gotta do
do
something.
something.
We can't.
So maybe we have 2 listeners now when they split them.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
one.
That doubles the downloads. That's good.
Good news.
It doesn't double it. It just adds if I won.
Well, these two,
Right, it
I mean,
doubles it. If they had one before,
Well,
now
no.
you've got 2.
No, but it would-
Doubled
double
it.
the downloads. would
Doubled
mean-
1 into 2.
Well, no, but if you say that doubles the downloads, that would mean we'd have to go from you'd go from 10 to 20. We went from
No, or you could go 1 to 2.
yeah,
That would
but
double.
we have more than 2 downloads.
I know, but I'm talking about the one conjoined twin who represented a single download before, now representing 2
But how
downloads,
you worded
thus
it?
doubling
No,
the download.
no. How you worded it is you just said it doubled the downloads, which if I were to hear that, I
is
would
a
think
fair
of
statement.
as the broad, it doubled the downloads.
Yeah, that's not what I was
they-
referring to.
They
well,
themselves
I think it
doubled
was-
their download potential.
That's not
by
how he worded
separating.
it. That's not how I heard him word
Well,
it.
that's how every normal people understood.
I bet not. I bet people hear that as
you think that most people listening thought that if the conjoined twins were separated, that would double our audience.
I think there needed to be a specific. I think there needed to be. No, that's bullshit. I think he's getting.
No,
away
I'm with you
this.
on this. You're selling me
fuck
on this.
you. I know you're not.
Hold
I
on.
know
Yeah,
you're
don't
not.
let me off the hook. Don't let me off the hook on this one.
Yeah, bring it home. You got this. Bring it home.
Park the bus. Park the bus.
There needed to be an end in that.
Yeah.
You needed to say a double Donald's in that household.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It is a good point.
You brought it home.
You condescending asshole. It
Take
is.
that, Jay.
Mm.
Face.
Yeah.
Face.
Point taken.
I agree. I agree. I did a good job.
I will say this to further our story about the conjoined twins. That is a massive diaper those two twins are wearing.
Where do you get that? Is that gotten from one of our adult babies?
Yeah, that's just
Look at that diaper.
that's the biggest absorbent pad I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's made by the Moxie Corporation.
Well,
Look at that thing. There's 4 legs squeezed into there. That's an adult diaper.
It
That's what
doesn't
that is.
look
They're-
like it, but it doesn't look like it, right? Doesn't it look like a baby one?
I don't know.
Well, I don't.
no, it's enormous.
Natalie Hope and Adeline Faith Mata were born in Texas to Elise and John. And when they were born, they found they shared the same chest wall, lungs, the lining of the heart, pericardial sac, lining of the heart,
Okay.
diaphragm, liver, intestines, colon, and pelvis.
A little bit young to be thinking about diaphragms.
That's why I was thinking the same thing. Like, where would they even get one
Yeah.
that they would need to share it?
Yeah.
I mean,
And they've chosen that over the sponge already.
Yeah.
Give the sponge a chance.
yeah, at such a young age.
Yeah, why are they
Seems like a
worried?
very immature age to be worried about your
To make a
diaphragm.
call like that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the
Don't
parents
they
had
have-
something to do with that.
Don't they have bigger issues than contraception?
Looks like they're making out
I
all
was
the
just gonna
time,
say
doesn't
it.
it?
I was just gonna say that.
Look at those little poos.
that's just a little ball of poos.
Anyway, they a team of more than 26 clinicians, including 12 surgeons, 6 anesthesiologists. Wow, why would you need 6 anesthesiologists to take these 2 little nothings down?
Because Blue Cross will pay for it.
I mean, doesn't that seem like overkill? What do you got? 4 of them on standby?
Well,
Well,
how do you code that in the medical billing department?
I
That's
don't
crazy.
know. 8 surgical nurses. This is at Texas Children's Hospital.
No, I think they probably just come in shifts because it's probably like a 48-hour long.
26.
Okay.
26-hour surgery was the first time twins conjoined at the chest and abdomen in this way had been separated successfully. To prepare for the surgery, both Natalie and Adeline underwent a 5-hour procedure to place custom-made tissue expanders into their chest and abdomen. Holy shit. The tissue expanders helped this to stretch the baby's skin and prep for their surgery. Models of their organs were also created so doctors could carry out simulations of the operation before the actual surgery. They were practicing on dummy organs.
Yeah.
The team worked for around 23 hours on Natalie and for 26 on Adeline, with the official separation taking place 18 hours into the procedure. Isn't that crazy?
That is, dude. Because it's such a unique situation. You say they built models, you'd have to, right? Or you get in there and you just be like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, and
How
it's
do I
not something
deal
you,
with
you can
this?
quit halfway through either.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Halfway
Stitch it
through-
back together.
Some doctor's just like, God, this is really hard.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm tapping out. This is too hard.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sick of this.
8 hours in, you're like,
God, I'm so
boring.
bored. Oh,
the weekend's almost here.
this sucks. I was willing to give this 12 hours. but
Nurse
fuck.
suture.
Call it. Call it.
God, that's got to be so complicated and grueling, man.
How weird that you said it's in shifts. Obviously, so it's like 18 hours they say, or whatever it took.
26 hours? you
26 hours, 18 hours when they started the actual separation. So like you would work like 4 hours and then you're tapping in and out. Like
I'd be the surgeon and they're not pulling his weight. I'd be like, God damn it, Bill. When I left this, I'd already done half of this. What did you do while I was gone? And I'd just be in there like Surgeon Walters would just be in there like,
just keep looking around.
yeah, no. I'm just checking all the work here, making sure everything looks right.
Furring your breath.
Give it back to Surgeon Jay in a minute here, but yeah, carry on as you were.
I get
Jay.
back from lunch. Are you fucking kidding me? This is all you've done?
Did you undo what I did? Seriously?
Did you put the heart back together?
You'd be this guy right here. You're kind of saying, see that these guys are all looking like they got stuff in their hands, and this guy is kind of just.
Plus, it's such a small couple bodies, that
Mhm.
everybody's crowded around this thing. It's tough to work on.
I'd be there front and center for the photo though. Afterwards, the photo they all took. Look what we did.
Doing the presser.
You're right here. Well, not
I wouldn't be the guy with the sweet Kinderman, but I'd be back there as one of those guys. Like, yeah, that was me.
like right here, the guy that's right behind the main guys.
There's Eric back there.
Dude, you know what's funny? No, never mind. God
No,
damn it.
go ahead. Finish your thought.
Sorry,
no, it's gonna
Pull the
be
bus
funny.
around.
I
Come on.
know it's gonna be funny.
Come
So
on.
we want to hear it. We like funny shit.
I
Go. E.
wish I would stop saying it.
No, go E. This is gonna be good, everybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll learn to shut the fuck up.
No, the
Just
floor
when
is yours. Go
When you
ahead.
mentioned these pictures, like of like the big group and how we did something, I actually, when I was working at Meijer one time, I was like, we opened a new Meijer, and I was part of the staff that went like they would because when they open a new Meijer, they
Get
don't
the
have
big
it.
scissors out. The ribbon.
Yeah, they don't fully have it staffed right away. So like they have people that work there, but they bring a bunch of people from other Meijers to kind of
Another team.
right to kind of show you
Other
how to.
team members.
So I was one of the team members, right? One of the guys from White Lake that went to this one or whatever, and I was there for the whole week. But the funny thing, well, for one, the funny thing is because I wasn't in their system, I didn't technically have to punch. I couldn't punch in and out, so I didn't have to do any. So I was supposed to be there from like 7 to 5 or something, and I'd get there kind of whenever, and then I would like take a 3-hour lunch break, and then I would
paid for it all,
and then I would just leave 2 hours early. But anyway,
Deep pockets, righty?
But-
Doesn't matter. It's not stealing because the corporation can pay for that. right?
exactly.
Right, they can afford it.
Whatever. But the point is, they had the picture. They did have the picture in monthly. There'd be a monthly Meijer newsletter, and they had the picture where they were cutting the ribbon, and you could see me in the background. I was in the picture at the ribbon cutting for the Meijer.
Nice work, E.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Jesus fuck. I'll stop saying that's something funny.
No, it's a great way to segue into your funny shit. It's perfect, really.
It was. It was really funny. Don't beat yourself up. That was good. That was good. You know.
What better way to segue into your funny shit? This is funny. Everybody listen.
That may have been the funniest thing you've ever said.
It's just a thought that hits his head.
I know.
It's like, I have something to add to this now. Funny alert. Here comes something funny.
That's a way of stress. Oh my god. It's a perfect way to transition into
your funniest shit.
Oh,
I love the way you work out new material here on the show. It's awesome.
You're welcome.
And then we got a kind of staying on the freak births story.
I don't know. Jay made me laugh.
We'll get back to you with. You can tie something funny onto the end of this one if you want.
Okay, I'll try.
We got Verdant Josh. Interesting name. It's from India. A lot of these stories come from India. I don't know what's going on. What's in the water there?
There's just a lot of people, I think.
Is that what it is? Maybe that's
billion people or whatever, right? Or
sure.
Well, this guy's got a leg that measures 11 inches and weighs 12 pounds. He's 4.
Hold on.
What?
Got an 11-inch leg and it weighs 12
Well, that's an
pounds.
11 by 5. 11.
Right.
You know,
legs that long. How old is he?
Wide.
Oh.
4.
Wow, that's
What?
a wide leg.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's been bullied most of his life, although he can walk and run normally.
How old is he? You said 4?
We're talking diameter?
I think so, yeah.
4, you said?
Tim Cole will show you.
Look at
Oh,
Jeez.
Holy fuck.
Looks like a dinosaur leg, man.
Look at that
What
toe.
the fuck?
He's a cute little kid, isn't he?
Ah, look at that son of a bitch. Something's going on with that belly, too. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out yet, but something's going on with that belly. If you go back to the other picture.
It's a big leg. Oh, it's a big leg.
Zoom in on that
he's
tummy.
got like
His
a
belly.
Yeah, something's
got
going
like
on.
Oh,
in
does
that
he have
belly.
a hose B?
No, it's like almost like a beer belly, but it's not, obviously.
Yeah.
That leg. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
It's like a cartoon.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, he gets many doctors have examined him, hundreds from India and abroad. They've suggested he could be suffering
Look at that picture.
from water retention.
Yeah,
Seems
that could
unlikely.
be. Yeah, could be, I guess.
To a hormone imbalance.
Could be.
However, none have been able to recommend treatment.
Gosh, it's a big
I think we found Bigfoot. Bigfoot's been spotted for real this time. We've got actual documentation that Bigfoot exists.
Oh my God.
Many doctors suggested his right leg should be amputated.
Let me guess. His family's claiming like he's some god or something, or inspired by.
No, he doesn't have a tail.
Okay.
So
doesn't that look like a penis?
The big toe.
Yeah, like a head. Or
Look
no?
at the difference. He's crossing his feet in this one picture. My God. I mean, that
wait a minute.
What?
Is that hair on his legs? He's 4.
Yeah. Dude, is that really the biggest issue you have?
I mean, I'm just not used to seeing 4-year-olds with hair on their legs.
A leg and foot can do that, and you're surprised that it can also grow hair? That's the least of my worries, man. We'll shave that fucker down later. Let's worry about the size of this foot.
Fair.
I don't think that. Would you really think amputating would be?
Yeah, they just want to lop it off. Nice first.
No,
move
we
is
can
just-
salvage this thing. This thing has a use. We just need to figure it out. Let's think out. Yeah.
Could you imagine that as your kicker?
Oh my God.
And I mean American football. That son of a bitch could kick the shit out of a ball. I don't know where he's going to get a shoe, but
doesn't need a shoe, dude.
Look at that. He looks happy.
Looks like a big cartoon hand on his foot.
Yeah. That's
amazing.
What does he wear? So he doesn't wear anything, right? I guess, or does he have a?
Yeah, I'll get to his shoe.
Okay.
His shoe. He's got a shoe fetish, kind of. But children laugh at him for not running fast. They don't ask me to play cricket or football. Well, at the end of the world, cricket sucks, anyways. Very confusing.
Weird.
Even if I tell them I can run, I want to go to school, but teachers have told my father I can't go. You imagine if some kid in America had a problem like that and school teachers were just like, nah, don't even bring that to our classroom. The outrage. Here, they're just like, yeah, no, don't even bring him to school. Despite examining his foot several times, taking blood, sweat, and saliva samples, they have failed to diagnose the problem. His father says, I've tried every field of medical science, from homeopath, allopath, orthopedic specialist, bone specialist, skin specialist. They're all baffled. Doctors from America can't even tell us what's wrong. His father, Dilip, said he is terrified his son's foot will keep growing like a balloon and worries what will happen in the future. And this is what you always want to hear out of your dad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if your dad's going to make comment on the record about his son, you want him to say something like, if I had known he was going to be born with a deformed leg, I would have aborted the baby.
What? Wow.
Come on, Dilip.
Dude.
Seriously, he's 4.
And he
can understand you now. All right. Jay, you wake up one day and Russ has that for a leg. Would you have thought, oh, God, I wish we would have just gotten rid of this thing? No.
Wouldn't occur to me.
I
I might call him Sasquatch. Poke a little fun.
Yeah, have a little fun with
Sure.
it, right? Yeah.
Russ? Yeah.
His big foot keeps growing with age and height, so it's likely the foot will continue to grow to shocking proportions.
Oh, I think it's already done.
I was gonna say.
I think we're there.
The Astronom file is going to need to hang on to this. We're going to want to follow this story for years to come.
For years to come.
Damn it.
I mean, if we just expand the picture and play it out over 10 years when this kid's full
I'm
grown.
with his dad. It might explode. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
How much more can it take?
He doesn't feel any pain in his
take
leg
much
or
more,
foot.
Captain. Look at that thing, dude.
He can walk, run, cross his legs, even sit on a bike without any support. Well, if you
He's
took
got a
that leg
kickstand.
off, I mean, you take that leg off, that bike, poof, shoo, poof, going straight over. Many doctors have suggested amputating it. I've been told amputation is the only option. If I cut off my son's foot, he would be permanently handicapped. At least he's mobile right now. Sometimes he comes to me and cries and says he has a deformed foot because he committed a sin in his past life. Well, I mean, he should have thought of that. What are you going to do? I mean, if you're committing such atrocities in your past life, this is what you can expect, Verdant. His dad, by the way, works as an astrologer and reads horoscopes.
What?
I don't know if he's that good at it.
That's
clearly.
a job?
Yeah, it's his job, full time. It's a great gig.
To read horoscopes.
But you should have seen this coming, right? I mean,
yeah, wow. It seems like
why
he's
didn't
not
you see this coming so he could have played
He
this
doesn't
out?
read tea leaves. He reads horoscopes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get confused.
How do you get?
They don't believe this is life-threatening, by the way. So as far as shoes go,
Sure
I mean,
looks uncomfortable though.
yeah,
God.
but that's all he knows.
Yeah, but it looks like there's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah,
it really does look like it could blow at any moment. Doesn't it?
But like a flat tire.
Yeah.
Just going down the road.
I'm worried about him with that bare foot on that gravelly ground. What?
How do you make money reading horoscopes? I don't get it.
Really? That's what you're taking out of this
Yes,
story?
The same way a tarot card reader does, or
Yeah.
a freaking psychic at the corner, you know?
But
Or
he makes
anybody
enough
with
money.
anything that
Look
they
at this.
do.
He makes enough money at a.
People come to them and pay for it. It's a fee for service.
How stupid!
Not the greatest business.
But it makes enough to make a.
You'd
living.
rather have something that compounds, but a fee for service. You know, a lot of people can be happy with a fee for service industry.
Clearly, it looks like a beautiful home they've got.
I just can't believe that many people pay him to read their horoscopes.
Dude, we're talking about like the friggin' depths of India. What do we know about that culture and how horoscope driven they are? We don't know, dude. Who knows?
I know.
It might be like being a freaking gas station owner or something. We don't
Mhm.
know.
Could be just commonplace. I would tell you, if that was my house, I would remove all stairs. I would go with ramps personally. I think stairs are going to be a real problem at some point very, very soon. Just my thought. So they find it difficult to get trousers and shoes that fit.
Oh, trousers.
Yeah. I can imagine that shoes would be an issue.
There's no way a pant leg goes around that foot, man.
A trouser leg?
There's no way.
He could wear ease pants.
Yeah, the tearaways.
Yeah, you could get him some sweet tearaways. Shoes, though, would be an issue. What size shoe do you wear, sir?
Oh,
28. I'm 4.
And a 3.
Yeah. I have a child's 3 and an adult 28.
Imagine the foot odor too.
Oh, I bet it does stink. When it blows, can you imagine the stench when it blows? Because it will blow.
At some
It's just
point,
a
that's going to
matter
be
of
an ugly
time.
day.
The pressure.
And they go to a profession I didn't know was still even available. Cobblers. They go to local cobblers and have shit made.
A cobbler.
Do they go to the candlestick maker next?
You know what they make his shoes out of?
What?
Old jeans. So most kids are running around with sweet Jordans. He's got a sweet pair of Wranglers on.
Old jeans.
Old jeans. They just make him kind of a jean shoe.
Sling
No, it's
thing.
just a cover. That's not a shoe. It's like a big jean sock.
That's very true. It's extremely difficult to find shoes that he can slip a foot into. Earlier, we used to buy 2 pairs of shoes, different sizes.
No,
and
there's
made it
not
fit.
there's not a shoe on this planet. Honestly, I say it's size 28. It's bigger than that.
Well,
there's
it's-
not a
yeah,
freaking shoe
Jack's
that would
foot-
fit that.
Yeah.
No, it's like a 14 length, and then width, it's like
Oh.
a 42.
Yeah, you
There he
can't.
is putting on his jeans.
There's
no-
his jean shoes. Look at those sweet jean shoes.
Wow.
It's just a covering. That's like a car cover or something. It's not a.
Yeah, it looks like a purse.
Look at all the left shoes just laying around. He's got brand spanking new right shoes all over the house. All different sizes, never been used.
There's nothing they can do with them ever.
2 years ago, his leg grew so big that no shoe fits. I have to order made to measure shoes from the cobbler, which he makes from my old jeans.
I feel like a real doctor needs to see this kid. This is not good, man.
It sounds like a real doctor has seen this kid.
Look at the difference between his left leg. I mean, look at that little scrawny knee, you know?
Yeah.
God, he's just a little wee kid, a cute kid, and then this massive dinosaur foot.
I keep wondering, like, there is a cartoon that it resembles.
Yeah,
kind of.
I know. it's escaping me. But
I can't believe you didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think that's the elephantiasis thing?
So it sort of reminds you of when you see the pictures of the big nut sack just reaching the ground.
You ever see the tree man?
No.
Timco, you want to see if you can find the guy that
Oh,
looks
no.
like a tree?
Oh, come on, man.
No, seriously. I mean, this shit happens, Jay. I'm not, it's a medical thing.
It's a medical.
Dermatological issue.
Yep.
Causes you to look like a tree.
Sorta. You tell
Bark-like
me.
skin.
You tell me.
Oh my God, man! Oh, he's a
What?
Whoa, what?
What?
What the hell, dude?
Those are like nails.
What's going on, man?
I don't know. I don't have the story, but I just remember it.
Holy shit!
That is.
Yeah.
Is he sitting on a bench or is that his ass?
I don't know. The feet are doing something interesting.
Dude, that's incredible. that a body could do that.
That's a great point. That's incredible. Would be the show that these guys would star in.
My gosh,
Remember That's Incredible?
Yeah, I love that show.
Look at that. Would
John
you?
Davidson and Kathy Lee
Would
Crosby,
I?
Fran
Yeah.
Tarkenton.
Fran Tarkenton.
Would I what?
Would you?
No.
Why not? I'm
Would
sure
you?
it's fine down there.
Would you?
He's taken. So am I. You're
Yeah,
on the
my-
market.
if you
answer
were
is
single, hypothetical.
Uncategorically, no.
So me too. No.
Well, that's not being very sensitive to her.
Well, Jay just said the same answer.
Well, Jay's a monster. I would expect more from you, E. I'm a little disappointed. I'll be honest. I'll get over it, but I'm,
Well,
God,
you've
dude,
learned something
that's-
about me today. I
That's
guess.
amazing. That's the most amazing human body transformation I've ever seen. What I don't even.
What is it?
I don't know, dude.
I think it's nails and hair and an extra foot or two.
Calcium deposit here and there.
Yeah.
Just makes you realize, man, how I mean, look at the stories we've just gone through. This foot and the conjoined. How lucky it is just to,
Yeah.
to be born normal.
I know.
What if that was you? I mean, that's your life.
Yeah, dude, I know.
And then what are you gonna do?
And you take a lot for granted, don't you? Just health wise, for sure.
Yeah.
I do, man.
I would think that I wouldn't let it get to that point before I would
You
absolutely get seen
That's
for that.
that's why you always see these guys sitting on the floor in Nairobi or some shit.
Dusty
Yeah,
floor
'cause
somewhere.
it's like nobody nipped that shit in the bud.
But do you think if with something like this or the kid? I mean, he's only 4. What could they? It sounds like they've been trying since he was born.
Dude, I gotta believe if that was in the U.S., that leg would have been taken care of.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
amputated, and he'd
Well, that's
probably
the
have a
thing,
sweet
probably.
prosthetic.
Would you, if that was you, would you want it amputated?
I
or
don't
would you
know.
wanna
I mean,
hang on to
it depends on what the doctors are telling me, man. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
they
doesn't,
say-
that
if
doesn't
they
look like
say
a
it's-
long-term kind of solution there. And
Well-
given the shit that they have now as far as prosthetics, I think I'd go prosthetic. It doesn't
Really?
look, that thing doesn't look useful to me.
I bet you could kick the shit out of a football. You'd probably be the greatest kicker to go down in the history of the NFL. Yeah,
I don't
you'd
know
have
if you
some
have the strength to
hang-ups,
swing it.
but if you could master that,
Sure.
would you be willing to keep that leg and then
Be a freak show,
just be an amazing
awesome kicker?
kicker?
Yes, I would be.
Yeah. See?
I would be willing to do that.
I would.
I mean, your whole job requires you to take 3 steps and then stop. So it's not like you're running up and down the field for 20 miles during a soccer game. I mean, you literally line it up, take 3 steps, boom.
Yep, I'd do
I mean,
that.
you could be on your own 5-yard line. It's
I'd be
like, yeah, they're lining up for a 105-yard field goal. We got a Jay on the field.
I don't think just because he has
With
that
his big ass foot.
You'd have to get specially made pants and stuff, but be worth it. I'd buy your jersey.
I would keep it just to be. If I could make money on the freak show circuit, I would keep it.
Yeah.
As opposed to be easier than a regular job. I'm
Well.
serious. I'd be fine with being on a freak show. too.
Anyway.
One might argue you are on the freak show circuit.
That's
Son
a
of
that's a fair point. You got to admit that's kind of a fair point.
One might argue.
I would
I think
disagree
one
with that
did.
argument.
I think one did argue that.
Well, I would disagree
And
with
he's getting
that.
seconds in the room. You know what I mean? Like it's. Maybe we can post a few of these pictures, Timko. Okay. And then we'll get to email in a minute here, but we've got a cemetery development down in Florida.
Yep.
Used to be a black cemetery, could now be a townhouse development.
What do you mean by a black-
Whoa.
What?
I know.
You can't just. Didn't you see Poltergeist?
No.
You can't just dig up a cemetery and put a sub on top of it.
Well,
or flatten a cemetery, whatever
No,
you do.
dude, I would
A
never.
Cemetery.
tell it to the folks at Deerfield Beach.
I wouldn't want to.
The decision will cap a 40-year debate about the future of this 3-acre piece of land. The land, whether or not it's going to get developed or not.
Dude, is it really? Where are they? That 3 acres, they really couldn't just leave it.
It's by the beach.
You can't picture some 3-acre parcels that would be incredibly expensive and
Yeah,
valuable.
I can. I
Okay,
absolutely
it's probably one of those.
Well,
picture that.
Whether the land is developed or not, one problem for the family members of those buried there remains. Where are the bodies? They don't know where the bodies are.
What do you mean they don't know where the bodies are?
They don't know where the bodies are.
They're
They
not
just
marked.
know it's a cemetery?
Yep.
They're not marked then, obviously.
So dig it up carefully.
Several studies have concluded that there are no longer bodies at the cemetery, which may date to the 19th century, but no one can say how or where the bodies are.
What?
I know.
Freak show grave robber just took them out or what, man?
There were hundreds of them. Pompano Beach resident Ben Miller had family and family's friends buried there. He's 83. He was born and raised in the area and saw at least 3 funerals there when he was a child. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm a living eyewitness. If bodies were moved, they didn't notify me, and they didn't notify my mother. They didn't notify my daddy. They were living. They were next of kin. Where did they put the bodies? The cemetery was once referred to as the Old Colored Cemetery, and some estimates have 300 to 400 bodies buried there. So back in the 1890s, they would have they wouldn't even let the black people's dead bodies sit with the white folks. It was like, give them a separate cemetery.
Right.
So they buried all these black bodies, and they called it the Colored Cemetery. And now they're all gone.
Yeah.
Weird.
And they're like, well, everyone's gone anyways. Can't we just, it's valuable land. Can't we just
Can't
put
mourn
this high rise up here?
Right. Can't mourn forever.
Both studies they did could find no proof of skeletons. The proposed project will have 69 townhouses and enhance the area's
Wait,
value.
did I read this? Oh, never mind.
Some don't want to see it built. I wouldn't want to move into one of those townhouses.
No, because of Poltergeist. I've seen Poltergeist.
Not one that was on the land.
On the Colored Cemetery?
Yeah.
That would spook me. I got to be honest with you.
You know, I know this is really, I don't know how other people feel about, like, I'm not that creeped out about cemeteries, but I am like, I think it's weird. Like, there's one that I drive past every day when I'm coming here. And just for some reason to me, sometimes I look over and just think, I'm just driving by this thing where there's just a bunch of dead bodies in the ground.
Yeah, it is
like
creepy.
they're just there.
I don't know why we do that.
And I just drive by it. And it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I know it's weird because I don't, you're right. We see them all the time, but you know what I'm saying, Jay? Like, it's just,
yeah, it is a strange thing.
Like-
There are bodies right there.
right. Just like 100 dead bodies just sitting in the ground. And I'm just like, gotta get to work.
How do 400 bodies disappear from a plot of land, though? Who's fucking with someone here?
Right.
Like, seriously, is it possible that
Who's proven that they're not there?
they've done extensive groundwork
they?
there? You know, Whitey.
Well,
the guys that want to build the townhouses there.
There's nothing here.
We swear.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's friggin' weird.
What a, wow.
isn't that crazy?
Hey,
Yeah.
Zot Ford, they have it all, by the way.
They've got dead bodies possibly too. We're pretty sure Holy is buried on site.
Yeah, there was speculation under the showroom floor,
Mhm.
perhaps.
Well,
Is that what you did to her, you son of a bitch?
what'd you do?
I
you son
think
of
it
a
more
bitch?
likely would be the kind of swamp area behind the, to me, but
Oh, new details.
They have it all. Not only do they give DetroitCast listeners the best prices on new and pre-owned vehicles, they also have the best service deals in town. Right now, Zot Ford is offering all of their friends from the DetroitCast a $19.95 oil change special, which also includes a free brake and safety inspection. That's right. Just roll into Zot Ford doing your best to avoid Big E and his filthy hair and clothes and tell them the DetroitCast sent you. Hey, you're back in the service area a lot, aren't you?
yes, I am.
Yeah. Help them
about
clean that shit out.
Yeah.
So go in. That's possibly the best way to spot Sasquatch himself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about
Doesn't
me, then
exist.
then it is.
Yeah.
Steve is very happy with your work, by the way. He is.
I know. I think I think I do a good job.
Well, not only will you get a $19.95 oil change deal, but they'll also give you 15% off any additional service work you need done. Check out their deals and their massive inventory online at zotford.com.
Although actually the other day I had something where he was talking to me about something from the show. So I was washing a car, and then he says, when you're done with this, come back and we were just talking about something. It was something in one of the I don't remember or something. And so then I went back and I started talking to him, and then I realized it had been about a half hour, and two things happened. One, I realized it had been about a half hour, and I'm like, holy crap, it's been a half hour. I haven't really been at my job, you know.
Oh, you're talking to Steve the whole
Right,
time?
right. I'm in his office as opposed to back in the service area. So one, it's been a half hour. And two, I noticed that the half hour also coincides when I'd probably be leaving. So like I realized that like I talked to him for half an hour, and then I'm about ready to go punch out. Well, when we walked back, they're all like, we've been looking for you. And I was like,
I was in the boss's office. What do you want to do? Take it up with him.
Well, the guy said, I guess Steve needed more than me. So I think they got a little, gave me a little.
Yeah, you're kind of like the boss's son.
Right.
It's like they can use you a little bit, but hey, he's the boss's son. What are you gonna do?
Right. They're not gonna. I know I can't. I'm not gonna get fired. So they're not gonna fire me because I was gone for a half hour talking to Steve. Like,
right.
But it was just this.
It's an awesome position to be in, isn't it?
It was kind of weird.
You can totally take advantage of that.
I don't.
I'm not saying you should.
I
Maybe you should,
don't.
but
no, I really don't. I really do try to be a hard worker. But it was just funny because all of a sudden I remember looking and going, any other job, there's no way you get away with it. Like I just realized I've been talking for a half an hour. when I should have been doing stuff probably. So.
Yeah, we notice that all the time about you. Same thing here. Talking for a half hour straight.
Chirping away. Chirping away.
Should be doing something. Yeah.
I don't even know.
Get that.
You think that, we do this 5 days a week and this and that. And I still, if I have certain friends that I call, well, I mean, I had someone I talked to for 2 hours the other day on the phone. Like I can't not talk. Like when me and Chubbs drove to Traverse City.
So bad talking on the phone.
When me and Chubbs drove to Traverse City, that's a 3.5 hour drive. And I still, the
whole time. Yeah.
Drive. And I got out and I could have talked more. I just fucking talked.
If you had any talent at all, you'd be an amazing speaker.
I know.
Motivational speaker or something. If you just had a smidge of talent, you could carry on and do amazing things.
I know.
It's too bad.
It really is. It's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Ready to get to email E?
I am ready.
Yeah. First off, happy birthday to Jim, our boy out in Colorado.
Yeah.
He's doing some marketing for us out there.
I love it.
Yeah, the bumper sticker break technique. Keep it up, Jim. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Elise writes in. She says, men and E, listening to Monday's show put a smile on my face. It was nice to learn that Officer Walters is on Team Jew. As a member of the team, or the tribe, as we say, I've been to many brisses. I've never seen or heard, or bris, I guess you say, maybe bris.
Bris.
I've been to many bris.
Yes.
Bris. I've never seen nor heard of anyone ever licking the wound.
Ooh. You never had a moil? You haven't lived till you've seen a moil blow a fucking 3-month-old.
Not a blow.
God, that was a curious story.
No, it is, dude. You're putting your mouth on a panoose. That's a blow. I don't care what you claim is going on. Lips on a panoose, blow.
Once again, says Elise, they are among us all. And well done, new cult leader, for the proper pronunciation of moil. Not an easy term. Thanks.
That was Jay. I give Jay credit for that.
Thanks again for all you do.
I called them moles.
Yeah.
At first.
Thanks again for all you do. Ciao and bye. B-U-I for now, says Elise. B-U-I. And that brings us to our next email.
Uh-oh.
Ron writes in, gentlemen, and Jay and Mike.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Nice. Got a shot. That didn't feel good, but all right.
Aside from the lawyer, yes, gentleman and Big E is getting too cliche. Just thought I'd boost Big E a little for once.
Oh, that's the normcore, son of a bitch.
Not that I'm a Big E fan, says Ron, or anything, at least until he starts showering and stops texting while driving. Yeah, Ron's got it out for you.
I think I know Ron, by the way. He's got a brother named Don.
Listen, says Ron. I don't know if I'm just not hearing this correctly, but often when Jay is reading emails and points out that someone uses the Big E vernacular, goodbye, by spelling it out, it sounds like he's saying B-U-I instead of B-U-I.
Yeah.
Could this be Jay reading in a rush and slurring his letters? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much by the time I'm reading these emails, I'm about to be face down on this fucking desk sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. So it could very well be a slur of the word. Although some people have in the past done B-U-I.
Have they?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. Maybe they're hearing me spell B-U-I. B-U-I.
Maybe. B-U-I. B-U-Y.
Yeah, maybe this is a what do
Yeah.
moment. It's not what do. It's what do.
What did that young gentleman do? What did
actually partake in?
Mm-hmm. What do?
So yeah, it's sort of like a what do situation here. It is actually B-U-Y that E spells.
I think you're right how you say it. Maybe I could see it. You say it so often that it ends up just being
B-U-I.
Yeah.
Seems a bit nitpicky.
Joel writes in, just wanted to ask E how he got messed up on which way to go on I-75. I mean, it's pretty simple, right?
Well, when you factor in what he was doing,
goes from Mackinac to Florida, all the way down, north-south.
I know, so would I.
How can you not know if you're going north or south?
You know where his head was, Jay. Right.
No,
it was a million miles from the show or anywhere over here. He was I was in Out Lemons.
Fine.
No, we don't need to hear. No, then I went past this street and then that street. We don't need to hear that shit. You're a Fuqfase. Matt says, Eric, you should absolutely be required to watch the movie Tango and Cash. Wasn't that Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
That's how I learned, says Matt. I would argue most of America learned FUBAR. Fucked
Really?
up beyond all recognition.
Is that where that came
Dude, that's
from?
not where that came from.
No,
but
that's
maybe.
a military term.
Yeah.
From Vietnam, maybe, or before that even.
And it's sort of one of those things like RBI, where most people say RBIs when
And it's
really
really
it's
RBI.
run batted in. Runs batted in. So you don't say runs batted ins.
Mhm.
And I often do this. I say FUBARD. Like it's fucked up beyond all recognition.
But that's just making a verb out of it, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the same thing to say foobar. It's fucked up beyond the fucked. First, fucked up beyond all recognition.
Yeah.
World War II.
World War II. Okay.
You're right on the RBI. That's funny because you
sound snobby when you say it, though. Everybody says RBIs. You know,
Yeah.
oh, you had 100 RBIs.
I'm telling you, that's like Myers. People say Myers all the time. I know you make fun
No,
of me
that's
for doing
different
it.
because RBIs, people are trying to express to you a plural form,
Yeah.
not realizing that it's already plural.
Yeah, you're right.
Myers is just
ignorant.
A little bit.
Oh, fuck you.
What? The smug one said it, not me.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say let's hold the rest for tomorrow, but we have an important development. Just came in.
Uh-oh.
Remember Brandon and his girlfriend?
Yeah,
and
the
brother
one
and
you
sister.
accused of being brother
Yeah.
and sister, and the
Well-
one that's got the hot chick.
Well, he sent in a nude picture of his sister.
Get out!
Yeah.
No way. Good boy, Brandon.
Sent in a nude picture of his sister.
Mike, over here, buddy. Like I said, we roll through.
Holy shit, he did.
Took a picture of his sister topless.
That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. She's gorgeous. Wow.
Why would you do that to your sister, though? I mean, put her out there like that.
For us. I appreciate that. Good boy, Brandon. That's amazing. That's great. This is great news.
Please refer to me as Brandon for now and on and on.
What?
And don't read that part.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. What's
Okay.
a Drew Mark thing?
The Brandon, that's a thing that's going on. From that, it's Brandon or something.
Whatever.
I've never heard of
It doesn't matter. Everything, any person that's Brandon, it's always anything that's like that is Gordon, Brandon.
Why?
It comes from some commercial, I think, or a movie. No, it was a movie or something. Some movie, someone that goes, it's pronounced Gordon. It's a movie or something.
Okay,
I forget what movie. I didn't even know. I even recognize the audio, but I don't remember what the movie is. Yeah, that's what that's from, though. That's why he must listen to.
Okay.
So
good for him.
All right, here's Francis writes in, hey, you guys, is there any chance of a listener voicemail segment in the future? You have that fancy phone line, and I listened to another podcast that implements a voicemail, and it's pretty entertaining. We've talked about that.
Yeah. We might.
One wrinkle to that, which
I'm still hung up on the titties. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of distracted.
Brandon's sister's titties. Where I thought he was going to go with that was he was going to ask us to do on the air those voicemails that we owe people for Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which we might do.
Yep.
Francis continues, by the way, Big E came off as a hypocrite a couple shows ago, hearkening back to the 15-year-old girl who honked the car horn that led to the mother's death. Well, we know that's not the case anymore.
Right.
But be that as it may.
How is
Big E mentioned that was a rude gesture. This verbiage was spouted from the same mouth of a man, term used loosely, who purposely bumped into strangers at a NASCAR event saying, Rubbin's racing. That's a dick move.
Okay, whoa.
And if he would have bumped into me, I would have retaliated in kind and sent his skinny fat ass to the ditch.
Yeah, I can't believe that didn't happen. Of course that was ridiculous. Like, I admitted that it was absolutely ridiculous. It was 5 years ago. What am I supposed to do? And also, this is a girl who someone else is driving, and she supposedly reached over and honked the horn. I don't know. Yeah, I guess they're both ridiculous. I wasn't being a hypocrite. I didn't say, when we talked about the NASCAR thing, I didn't say that it wasn't stupid. I said, oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
I mean,
stupid move.
It was. And it was not being a hypocrite.
Ed points out that Monday's episode was a great condom commercial. What kind of skank has intercourse with this guy? As a public service, you should mention the city and her name. Thanks, Ed. I somewhat agree.
I want to talk to her.
I want you.
There, E. Let's be honest here. Okay.
What about it?
A woman out there who's capable of this.
I'm talking to
she
two
needs
people
to be
right now,
outed.
for one. So, you know what? And both of them I've had sex with. So,
wait, what?
The other one I'm talking to.
Who?
The other one I've been talking to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got
He's
you.
really playing the game, man.
Yeah. He's casting the net broadly. I want to talk to this chick, by the way.
Let me see. Let me do a feel.
The old lady?
Just give me your number. I won't call her.
Is that the one you're talking about, or the
I'm
other
not
one?
going to give you her number.
You could give me your number. I said I wouldn't call her.
I'm going to feel it out first.
All right. You've
I'll
already
try.
done that. You've already done that. just know we want to talk to her, and I'm not going to ruin your thing. I don't want to screw up what you got going, but I'd love to get inside the mind of someone who's willing to do that.
The diabolical mind.
I mean, I feel like there should be some sort of intervention to see if we can save this girl. She's clearly depressed.
Is it possible that maybe I'm
sick? I don't know what her thing
no,
is.
Go ahead, E.
It's not possible that someone could see something deeper inside.
No, you can't even say it with a straight face. That's ridiculous. She's
You can
clearly
say it without
sick.
clicking. You can't say that without clicking.
I don't know what you're gonna do. I guess it is weird. I've it's gonna take a very, very special person to ever really end up with me. I know that much.
Yeah,
because everything I do is
person
awkward.
being the key. Because whether it's male, female, person is a good. It's a good general roundabout because we don't know at this point. It's still open ended which way it's going to go.
I think it's still
just
too
the problem is
it
it's
should
so
be thing.
Yeah.
It's so awkward. Like everything I do, including that act, is awkward. I laugh at enough opportune times.
You laugh during
if something
intercourse.
If something happens, I'll like or whatever, and then I get funny about it, and then I stop what I'm doing. I know.
We almost need video of this.
I don't know what to do.
It would need to be mosaicked out because I don't want to see anything. But
yeah, I know. I said it yesterday, but the best way I could have worded it yesterday is once I'm doing this part, I kind of know, I'm good, but I don't know how to start. How to start it.
Well, fingers crossed that we'll talk to this lovely individual. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So we'll see.
We'll try.
Are we good on email, Jay?
Yeah, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, let's save the rest for tomorrow.
Well, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for hanging with the Detroit Cast on a Tuesday. Let's do it again tomorrow for a new Wednesday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow. You know not what remains shallow. I'm just